And so we want to take you back a little bit to the end of the day of May in 2023 when a group of preschool-age kids from Pine Top Montessori School were hit in a crosswalk of Pony Express Trail while they were trying to walk to a playground that day. For three of those families, life has irrevocably changed since that day.
Now, as they seek closure, they are left to find a way forward after learning no criminal charges are being filed. Fox 40's Zach Boetto brings us this story tonight. Hi, Zach.
Eric and Riley, when we first started following up on this story, we only planned to speak with Katie Ammons, the mother of Juniper Ammons, who spent 36 days in the ICU following this crash. But as we learned, there were three families impacted by that day who wanted the chance to share their story and frustration.
We knew that we loved Tahoe. It's quiet. We love being next to the lake, so this is kind of the perfect location for us.
I just fell in love with the neighborhood and I wanted a little quieter life. My boys are really young. And this gave me everything I wanted.
We really love Montessori, and so since that was one of the only options up here, we thought, hey, it seems perfect.
In the quiet, rural Sierra Nevada foothills community of Pollock Pines, 4 children enrolled at Pine Top Montessori Preschool were on a walk with their teachers and other classmates on May 31st, 2023, when they were hit by a van. On that day, for 3 families we spoke with, everything changed.
We all dropped off our kids that morning thinking they were just gonna have a safe, normal, happy day. The next day was actually supposed to be their last day and their graduation.
It was a Wednesday morning, around 10:30, when 2 teachers from Pine Top Montessori took 19 children and a dog on a walk along Pony Express Trail, headed to a playground at Pollock Pines Community Church, about half-a-mile walk from the school.
We didn't even know they were on a walk, so how did this even happen? There was a lot of questions, I think, at that point.
The group needed to cross Pony Express Trail to get to the playground. And according to a report from the El Dorado County District Attorney's Office, at about 10:40, the group approached the crosswalk between the 50 Grand Restaurant and Bar and the Burger Barn. The lead teacher at the front of the group allegedly stopped at the crosswalk, looked back at the children, and after a short pause, continued into the crosswalk, the students and a dog following close behind. At the same time, a 21-year-old man driving a white cargo van at about 37 miles per hour was quickly approaching the crosswalk. The posted speed limit was 35. The DA's report says for unknown reasons, the driver of that van did not see the students crossing the road. A separate California Highway Patrol report said the driver told officers he thought he might have been looking down at his GPS. Then, when he looked back up, he saw the kids and hit the brakes, but it was too late. The van hit 4 children.
And my mom called and she goes, "You need to get here now. JC's shoes are in the middle of the road and I can't find him."
4-year-old Juniper Ammons and 5-year-old Ja'Cory Dunlap were care flighted to UC Davis Medical Center with serious injuries. 5-year-old Axel Skike and another 4-year-old also suffered serious injuries, but were taken by ambulance to local hospitals.
Even though we didn't do anything, none of us parents were a part of this, there's still always that parent guilt that no matter what, when your child was terrified, you weren't there with them.
The next 24 hours, these parents will never forget.
I'll see my son broken in my mind's eye for the rest of my life. He was so bruised. And I couldn't touch him because he was just surrounded in all these doctors. Pretty much everything after that's a blur.
In the days and weeks following the crash, the parents became friends at the hospitals. But for the Ammons family, every minute was filled with uncertainty.
Every minute was so life and death just because of the swelling she was having in her brain.
After the shock wore off, anger began to set in.
It took quite a while before I could calm down and really kind of think about things, but yeah, just anger.
They know that he was on his phone.
What was he doing?
Exactly.
I don't understand. I mean, how are there no laws broken here? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
All questions these families hoped answered would bring them closure, or at least justice, for their children. But almost 8 months after the crash, on January 12, 2024, the El Dorado County District Attorney announced he wouldn't be filing any charges against the driver.
If he had such a clear, unobstructed view, how did he hit my kid? How are there no laws broken here? I just can't understand that.
An investigator for El Dorado County District Attorney Vern Pearson found the driver had Spotify and Google Maps open around the time of the crash. And going back to the CHP report, the driver mentioned he might have looked down at GPS just before the crash. The DA says if a victim is injured but not killed in a crash, the driver cannot be criminally charged without proof of reckless driving, which also requires willful or wanton disregard for safety. Since the crash, the families impacted say their lives have changed dramatically.
We're, I think, doing, at least for my family, better. We're still reminded of it constantly. Axel still has to go in for surgery again, which is going to happen in the next couple of months. So it's not like we've moved on completely from it.
I think it gets a little easier every day, but then every time I think that JC wakes up with a nightmare.
We're doing okay. The future is just so unknown. You know, Juniper's future, we're always kind of struggling and up and down with. The ideas we had for our future prior to the accident, who, you know, she was prior to the accident. But again, that balance of gratitude, she's alive. And there was a point where the doctors didn't think she would be. But, you know, she's getting physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. You know, we're working on mobility, but she can't walk, you know, we're working on, you know, her using a walker now. You know, things are just different and our life is just very different. As, you know, all of us, our lives are different.
Eric Riley, you can hear the hurt in Katie's voice there. Her daughter, Juniper, suffered severe traumatic brain injuries in that crash, and that's the essence of this story is all of their lives are now different as a result of this crash, but no one's facing consequences.
Yeah, Zach, as a parent, it is unfathomable. You can't even imagine how you would react because you're not in it. Until you're in something like that, you can't even think how you might react to it. So everybody's timeline is different. You have to, one thing builds on the next in order of recovering, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally too. So now we're sitting 8 months since this happened. These three families that were brave enough to sit down and talk to you, where are they now 8 months later?
Well, the families say each of their children hit by the van are scheduled for surgery in the coming months as they continue this healing process. And they wanted to make it clear that they feel like the county's efforts, the school teachers' apologies are not enough, especially the district attorney's decision not to seek charges.
So, Zach, that decision not to seek charges, you said it in your package a little bit. We heard some of that specific language of the law there. But do you have any more insight on why that driver is not being charged, even though, you know, we heard that there was specific evidence from CHP that perhaps that driver was looking at his phone, that GPS?
No. Riley, we did reach out to the DA's office twice to see if they'd like to respond to the parents' answers to our questions in this report or to share any additional comments, but so far they've said no, and that everything they have to say is in their report, which we had in our report. And I would like to bring back a portion of the original statement from DA Pearson's office. He says, quote, "However inexplicable and negligent the conduct is, there are insufficient facts to show that he was subjectively aware that his driving presented a substantial and unjustifiable risk of harm to others, and that he then willfully and intentionally ignored that risk. For this reason, the facts wouldn't satisfy the legal requirements for the filing of a criminal charge for reckless driving causing injury." And as for the safety improvements planned along Pony Express Trail, El Dorado County says it has finished clearing out the trees along the road there, and it will start back up on those improvements when they get some better spring weather.
Zach, I know it was not easy sitting and listening to those families recount that day. Great job with that story. I think you did a good job representing those families and what might happen here in terms of their recovery and their children. Zach, thanks.
Thank you.